Hello. I didn't see you there, Internet. Welcome to Updated Autopsy Report, a podcast from Yotaben and Friends, where we replay the entire Ace Attorney series with longtime fans and newcomers. I'm your host, Ben, and with me today is Dessy.
Hello.
And two dear friends of ours, Tiago.
Yeah.
And Rose.
Hi.
Dessy and I are the longtime fans, and Rose and Tiago are the newcomers. We hope that through both of our perspectives, as we play through the series, it'll reveal new details and provide interesting commentary for a series that's near and dear to us. Today, we have not played anything. Instead, life has gotten in the way of us keeping up with the most recent case, because we are planning on going to Ace Attorney Investigations next. But because of a bunch of things that have happened and have postponed our being able to play it, we have instead decided to do something a little bit easier for our schedules, which is a question and answer session. So we put the call out on Twitter for questions, and some of you sent some in, and we really appreciate it. And we thought that we'd go through a couple of fan question and answers here real quick for a little bonus episode this week. Before we dive into the questions, I did just want to kind of check in with everyone on how they're feeling about the case or about the games so far, because with Ace Attorney now, we have kind of made it through like what for a long period was the main canon of Ace Attorney. Since there was a bit of a gap between game 4 and 5 and everything else that was happening in this middle period was spin-offs, this kind of was it for a while. It was the trilogy and then the capstone of Apollo Justice.
Who had his game stolen from him.
So it sounds like some opinions are still fairly strong. Nobody's mellowed on that aspect of Apollo Justice, I guess.
Were we supposed to mellow out on it?
I'm still shocked and appalled.
Were we?
Okay.
Was there an assignment was to mellow out?
No, there's no assignment. I was just genuinely curious.
My man got his game stolen right underneath his nose. Justice for Polly.
Mm-hmm.
Justice for Apollo Justice.
Exactly.
I just can't believe there isn't another one. I'm so disappointed.
Well,
I really liked all the characters.
We'll see more of these characters. We'll see more of Apollo and all that stuff. It's just...
But not nearly as long as we should have if it was an actual full game.
It's not just going to be just about him anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the whole...
He is part of
You
an
mean
ensemble.
just about Phoenix Wright?
The thing is, though, is that
Yeah.
when you introduce Tiny Toons, it doesn't quite match up to Looney Tunes, you know? And
That's an interesting comparison.
Bugs Bunny is here all the fucking time.
Yeah, when Bugs Bunny is here, he sucks all the air out of the room.
Exactly.
And nobody else has any chance to breathe, and strut their stuff. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do we have a favorite case so far out of all the games from anybody?
Mine is still the last case of the first game, and not the last case of the first game that's supposed to be in the second game.
Case 1-4?
Yes.
1-4.
Okay.
1-4. Okay, thank you.
I think I might also say 1-4. Although the final case of 3 was pretty fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
But I think 1-4 really still takes the cake for me. Just he thought he killed his dad. So good.
This is tough. Because I feel like the easy answer is case 1-5 because it's there's so much fucking meat to it, you know what I mean? Like, and they even talk about, like, instead of just, like, it being a case of, like, presenting evidence against a witness, you have to, like, subvert evidence law in order to win against someone who knows what they're doing.
Right.
So I actually don't think any of the cases from game 1 really quite hit me that hard. I cried at the end of, like, I know that we, like, gave Apollo Justice, like, a lot of shit, but, like, the last case of that game fucking hit me like a truck, so...
All the family stuff?
All the family stuff, you know. Lemmerwar's his mom. Trucy's his sister. It's like a real Skywalker situation in here.
Oh god, I hope not.
I straight up thinking about
It's a
it.
good thing they resolved that all in one game, wasn't it? So that people could get to the end of that before
Thank
before
God,
anybody started making some bad decisions.
dude. Thank God. I can't think. Maybe I'm inclined to say case 1-5 for now, but my opinion could change at the drop of a dime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my favorite case overall is one that we have not played yet. But
That's cheating.
What the fuck, bro?
I know that's cheating. So I was about to pick one.
Favorite case so far? You wrote that.
Yes,
That was your question.
Technically, that was
my
question. Yeah.
that was my
You
like
can't break your own
intro
rules.
discussion starter topic. Yeah. So I really like some of the stuff from some of those middle cases occasionally, where you just get to not have anything attached to the big arch of the story. So I believe it is 3-2, excuse me. With the the jar and mask to mask and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I
I
really
was
like that
actually thinking of that one as one of my favorites too. I
one's
thought that one
really
was
fun.
awesome.
I do really like also 4-2. I had a lot of fun with it this time around, compared to what it was in my memory. And so playing it again this time, I was like, okay, this is pretty fun to finally get to see Apollo and Trucy on their own. There was minimal amounts of Phoenix interrupting them, and it was the closest thing to a full case they got on all on their own.
Wait, what was the case after that? I forgot.
The concert.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
I mean, that one also did not have really any Phoenix in it.
But it has its own issues.
Yeah.
So understandable. Have a nice day.
That's kind of how I feel about it. But yeah. So let's go ahead and get into some listener questions here. Without any further ado, our first question is from A. Maddie. Says, "Hi UAR. Here's an easy one for you. What's your favorite breakdown/breakdown animation? I really love Kristoff's because it has 2 stages to it. Thanks for the podcast. Signed, A. Maddie."
Dude, thank you, A_Maddie.
Question, yeah.
You guys go first. I don't know.
Kristoff's is really good. I will start off with that because they know that they have to provide release from all this build up from the entire game for this dude, and so you get multiple different breakdown animations for him, which is really fun.
That final one though for him is just like a volcano erupting, which is just so satisfying.
Like again, I think I mentioned it at the end of the last episode, but where they show him like laughing and it's in black and white, and I just really wish it had been in color. That one really got me. I think as far as like total all-time breakdown animations though, like it's gotta be Dahlia.
Yeah, like
Gotta
Dahlia's.
be just everything.
Dahlia was pretty rose core.
She was really rose core. I really just like villains. I have a problem. But that's okay.
Yeah, I think some other highlights are Matt and Guards, in which he proceeds to scratch his own face to hell and back. And I think the other one I really like is Gantz.
Yeah, I would say Gantz is my
because he
favorite.
starts clapping and he just claps harder and faster until he just breaks down and lightning strikes him.
It was a very intimidating sequence. I was like, buddy,
God,
please, too loud.
There's so many good ones, I think let me think about like my top 3, and then I can single it out from there. Top 3 is going to be Von Karma, because that motherfucker bashed his head against the stand, and he bled on the gavel of justice. So he's up there. He's top. All right. up there as well is Luke at me. I like his eyes when he goes sicko mode. I don't know what it is. Luke at me was a villain that really kind of stuck with me for some reason. Let's see. Okay, so that's Von Karma. That's Luke at me. I kind of like. I don't know if it's really a breakdown, but when Valiant, like all the birds and animals leaves his sleeves and shit.
Yeah.
Implying that at any time there's just a full zoo on him alive.
Yeah, the little rabbits popping out from behind his shoulder
just
or
what
whatever.
magicians are like, I guess.
That's just what magicians are like. Those are all the breakdowns I can like recall, right? Like I can't recall anymore. So I'm gonna say those are my top 3. And then if you really want to one to like stick by, I don't know, you pick it from those 3.
One thing we didn't mention with Kristoff's is actually his very first breakdown.
Oh,
in the first
with the
case as
shrimp?
well.
Oh yeah, where he doesn't actually do it.
Yeah,
he fakes you out.
He just
So
lifts his fist up and everything starts to hover around him. The lobster and all the food dropped from earlier like floats up, and then he just catches himself and he's like, "Oh, never mind. Nope, I'm good. I'm fine." It's very good.
Yeah.
I just love a villain that wasn't actually defeated by going to prison, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's still fine. Yeah. He's still doing his thing. He's got a lovely little apartment.
Is Kristoff rich?
Probably. He's a lawyer.
It seems.
Implicated.
He's a prosecutor.
Implied.
Oh no, he is a lawyer. He is a lawyer.
Yeah, he was
Defense
a
lawyer.
defense lawyer. Yeah.
Dude, every lawyer that I see in this game is dirt poor. Like Phoenix and Apollo.
It's just how the right agency is run.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Goldberg was in debt. Like he was fucking indebted to Red White and shit. So like
Phoenix is the first lawyer for the people and not for profit.
yeah, I guess so.
I think that was more just Red White was just so powerful that he could wield his influence against even
yeah.
attorneys who were normally doing fine, essentially. I got there eventually.
Yeah.
All right, let's hop on over to the next question. Hey there, updated autopsy report. Here's my question for the podcast crew. Which case do you think you could defend? If you had to suddenly jump into Phoenix's shoes, which case do you think that you could actually win? And you don't have any knowledge of how the whole case ends up. Thank you in advance, Erica.
Erica.
I would say none because I went to art school and I don't think that I have what it takes to be a lawyer.
I'm just trying to think of what the simplest case is, right?
Yeah,
I have
which
my
one
answer.
against pain?
Yeah,
It's the
oh,
one
wait.
you all would pick.
I know my answer.
What's
it's the
your
fire extinguisher one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're already starting from scratch anyway.
Yeah,
Exactly.
what does it matter? I'm so concussed, I should be hospitalized. If he can do it, I can do it.
Yep.
I can tell you which case I would absolutely lose, which is the final case of Game 3. I had no idea what the fuck was happening. I was so lost. And every time someone talked, I was just like, what the fuck do you mean by that? I think the case that I could win, a case that I think I have some confidence in, is the case of... it's definitely Game 3. I don't know if it's 3-2. The one with the French restaurant and shit with the Yakuza. Fake Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could win that case through sheer fact that I go into the court and say, an imposter pretended to be me and got this person to go to jail.
And you're all stupid for believing it.
You're all stupid for believing it. And I can't believe you guys convicted someone with you having a fake attorney. Like,
Does the case warp accordingly and have, instead of it being Evil Phoenix, it's Evil Tiago?
yeah, the case does warp against Evil Tiago, and his name is like Ogate or whatever.
It's Tia stop.
Yeah, shut up. So evil Tiago comes in, he prosecutes, he gets Mary Bird arrested. I go in and I say, hey everybody, someone pretended to be me and got my client arrested. We should have that case thrown out because there is an illegal attorney here.
Full mistrial.
Full mistrial. I'm not doing any fucking evidence today, Your Honor, because so far it's on the fucking prosecution to find a real goddamn attorney. My client's innocent, and I fucking refuse to believe otherwise. And I swear to God, I would have the judge disbarred if they disagreed with me. I would fucking ruin his career. Are you kidding me?
I would bully the judge on Twitter.
I would, dude, call out post. One Tumblr post being like, dude, the judge's so cancelable, he doesn't even know what he's doing, doesn't know how nails work.
Yeah, I was about to say, call out post for the judge. He doesn't know that you can paint your nails.
Handed me his business card and also handed the business card to a fake attorney with a cardboard badge. Invited crime families to be an attorney. The law is in shambles and we are the one who broke it.
I'm coming up with a new question right now. What's the longest call out post possible for any Ace Attorney character? Who gets the worst call out post? It's gotta be one of the
Phoenix Wright
murderers.
gets it for stealing fucking Apollo's whole fucking game.
Counterpoint.
That's real though. That really happened.
Yeah.
Counterpoint the entire Big Top Circus.
Yeah.
No,
That would be
Yeah,
one of those call out posts that end up getting like a TV tropes page.
Yeah. It becomes a famous copy pasta. I was like, I mean, you can make a call out post for a bunch of people, but like, is someone being guilty of murder like a call out post? Like, probably not really. Like,
No,
I mean, if that's a call out post, then that's just what the courts do, baby.
yeah. So my answer is that I think I could prosecute I could attorney. What's the fuck? I guess I'll defend. Jesus, I'll
defend.
I'll defend Maggie Bird from being that murderer, especially when the only witness to this crime is like a disgruntled fucking perv and wants to just like look at maid costumes or whatever. So
you just come in with like a fucking like porno mag and you're like, all right, sir, I know how to get you to talk.
I just imagine like going to court
You
and
need
being
to go to the lengths to buy a porno mag, just a mag with people in dresses.
I
A
think
woman's shopping magazine.
They can't even bring the Sears magazine.
Yeah.
I think that if I went to the court, my objective would not be to actually defend my client, but to just slander literally everyone else in this fucking court case. I would
Embarrass everyone so much that they feel terrible.
I would slime literally every person in that courtroom.
so we're like on like a Nickelodeon set now, where we've transported ourselves.
Yeah, they called me the Nickelodeon Kid. Yeah, that's me.
Judge got slimed, must see.
Top 10 judge anime betrayal. So yeah, that's my court case.
Yeah. All right. Did anybody else have one before we move on? All right.
Ben, did you answer the question?
Oh.
Yeah. No, I think.
Ooh.
Well, yeah. Sorry, I'm so focused on hosting that sometimes I forget to answer
Oh
the
my
question.
God.
I
Yeah.
want to know what you think too.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Again, went to art school.
Yes, I did as well.
We all did art school.
We all did our
right?
time. Yeah. Yeah. Man, it's really hard to beat Rose's 2-1 answer, I will say. But
What's the baby's case? That's the one we would do.
Wait, what
Yeah.
was the first one about? 1-1, I forget.
The clock.
yeah, it's
The
the
thinker
clock one with defending Larry.
You have to defend
the
Larry
thinker.
though. That's the catch.
Yeah, that one's a tutorial case, actually. I would be able to do that one because that one's easy enough to catch with the time zones.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of... I pay attention to time zone shit often for scheduling stuff for our chat. So, yeah, that I would probably be able to catch that one. So, yeah, that would probably be my answer. The babyest of baby tutorial cases, 1-1. I can do that.
I can't think of any other case. Like, I feel like my objective would be not to win a case. My objective would be try to get the case thrown out. Like, I would not try to win. I just want everyone in this courtroom to realize the stupidity of what's occurring here, and then just
Also,
be
how
like,
many cases are there where you actually have enough evidence to prove that your client didn't do it or wasn't involved, but you still have to keep going because if you don't prove somebody else guilty, then it doesn't count.
I mean, honestly, like, Vera's...
Well, I mean, in this situation, we're, like, in Phoenix's shoes, so wacky, stupid rules still apply.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I think, I actually do think that Vera should have been declared innocent very, very fucking soon in the...
Yeah, really
docket.
early on.
Like,
yeah.
dead ass. What the fuck?
But it's a test.
It's a
It's
test.
a test. It's a test, Tiago. We got to push it to its limits.
I fucking guess, dude. Sure.
Alrighty. Next question. Hey, UAR crew. My question is to cover all of the cases that you have played thus far. What has been your favorite motive for a case's murder, parentheses, murders, so far? Keep believing in your clients, Izzy.
I will keep believing in my clients, thank you. Even though they actively work fucking against me almost every case.
Every single time.
I think I know my favorite motive for a murder, and it may be the most controversial one.
Ooh.
Whoa. Call post ready.
Alright, call post ready. The gymnast in Big Top Circus. His motive for murder, I don't agree with it, but like the idea that like this...
It's relatable.
It's this girl caused the death of my brother, and she straight up does not recognize it as a death, and then takes care of me for 2+ years as I am in a wheelchair bound because of her actions. Me fighting off a lion to protect my brother who's in a coma. Like, there's so much fucked up juice in there. Like, every word that gets spoken in that situation is so fucked up. And low-key, I'm just like, yeah, I kind of get it, but also, like, you also did accidentally kill the one person that you probably never want to kill, you know? It's... Big Top Circus, for all of its faults, has one of the most interesting motives, which is probably why it's so fucking shitty how shitty that goddamn case is.
It's frustrating, for sure, yeah.
I would agree with that, because it's, like, the only case where it's not, like, purely, like, for greed or anything like that. It's for something that happened, and they have a vendetta that he wants to take care of for his brother.
He doesn't even want to. He needs to. Like, the fucking...
Yeah.
That kind of that situation is nightmarish. That's some real Stephen King misery shit.
I think even at the time, I think on that episode, actually, I might have pulled up the quote from Takumi in which he says something to the effect of, this is a really, really depressing motive for this case, and a lot of depressing stuff happens in this, but it's all in a circus, so I guess it's okay. That makes it better. And you can tell there's a little bit of irony, obviously, in that quote, but it is very funny that he's just like, oh yeah, no, this is pretty fucked up, but
it's like
there's
snow mucky outside everywhere in the circus, and the circus isn't even running because somebody fucking died.
Maximilian won the Grand Prix. That's all I remember about Maximilian. That's my answer.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I wish I could answer this with Kristoff's, but I know that's cheating because we still don't, like, his motive is behind the black psyche locks. It's so fucking good.
We never know.
It's delightful.
I feel like I misinterpreted the game because I thought his motive for all that was because Kristoff Kristoff was supposed to be the attorney for Zach, and when Zach said, "You're not going to be my attorney anymore," Kristoff was like, "Well, fine. If I'm not going to be your attorney, I'll just ruin your career and Phoenix Wright's with the forged evidence." So I thought that's what his motive was.
I mean, that is a motive, but I just don't know if that explains everything. And I feel like the black psyche locks still imply that there's something else going on.
Something significantly deeper
And
and more
like
sinister.
like we talked about, that was not the series of events and murder plannings that is somebody's first kill. Like, You do not do that your first time. That was convoluted and well thought out
Yeah.
to a very suspicious degree.
Yeah, like, if you were asking me to, like, explain my theory for it, it's simply just that he has killed plenty before. He is like a serial killer who is keeping it all under this veneer of a prim and proper defense attorney, right? And
Yeah, that was Rose's implication.
yeah, and so, like, it's just simply that he, for his specific motive with Zach Gramery, is just, well, I've done this all before, so
Let's
when
do
somebody
it again.
pisses me off, I'm just gonna, I don't hesitate, kind of thing, you know.
I won't hesitate, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking
Oh,
won't.
bless him. I love him. I think I'm gonna go on the tactic of, like, what I found really interesting as far as motive, and I'm gonna say the what's her freaking name, Eenie Meenie or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
having to kill a guy so that you can, like, stop him from summoning yourself, who is pretending to be your sister, who's actually dead. Like, I thought that was a wild ride, and I was very excited for Ghost Law.
I would
whole
not
time.
win that case.
No, I would not. But, like, actually, maybe I would, because I did figure out the twist pretty early, that before Phoenix once again shakes my fists. But I think that was my favorite, because that
He
was
can't
like,
help it. He's programmed to be stupid.
yeah, it's not his fault. That was definitely, I think, off the top of my head, the one that where I was like, oh, this is different, nice, you know? That's pretty cool.
This is where, like, actually, ghosts are real.
Ghosts are actually
real, for real?
For real.
Yep. It's pretty complicated, I think, overall, but I do generally like 1-5's motive as well, because you've got all these conflicting characters kind of colliding, and all of them messing with the events, like the tragic events of what happened originally, to kind of turn it in their favor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Between Emma kind of being the subject of it, and then Lana trying to turn things her way and willing to take the blame, and then Gant doing his own shit too, because he just kind of wants to be able to, do whatever he wants with the police office. I think it all kind of is a pretty good, like, mix of, like, I like it when things get a little messy, you know what I mean? And that one got messy without being, like, too complex, I feel like. So I do like 1-5 as well, with Gant there.
Yeah, Gantz was a
being like,
wild
I'm just
one.
gonna just do this. I'm just gonna utilize this, murderer and all of his work that he's been doing so far to kind of, further my own gains.
He's fucking gains, bro. He's a gym bro. He's fucking gains, bro. We need a shredded killer. We need a killer who's fucking.
You need a buff killer.
We need a buff killer.
Literally, we already talked about him. It's the gymnast guy from the circus.
Yeah, you're right.
He's objectively shredded. It's part of the case.
It's evidence that I use against him.
Yeah, and then the convict guy from Dahlia case.
I'd rather not talk about him. I'd rather not
another
talk.
little freak.
I know, but, like, that case sucked to do.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bad time.
Dahlia sucks. We all know what Dahlia's motivation is.
Money.
She likes to kill people.
Oh yeah, that
and
too.
money.
That's true. Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, we talk about how the assassin from 3-4 wasn't really, 2-4, apologies. The one where they have a stitched up face guy. Remember stitched up face guy?
Yeah, yeah, the final case of
Shelly
yeah.
the killer?
Yeah.
I like him, but I understand that he's not actually the murderer, that he's just, like, a weapon. which is some real like Danganronpa-esque explanation. I like him.
Yeah. I mean, case 4 in general is still... I know everyone else here I don't think was quite as hot on it as like the rest of the internet is. But I still have a lot of fun. I still really enjoy that case, and it's a fun way to up the stakes with having Maya kidnapped and having this assassin, this hired trained killer, a hitman involved in the case as well, and it being stuck trying to figure out how to pin it on Matt and having...
Yeah, it's a cool subversion of what you're normally doing. It's just that, like, for the final case of game 2, was really hoping that I'd get a Francisca von Karma case, and we just didn't,
You mean a case defending her?
A case just, like, about her,
I would
okay.
love to defend her in court. I would have done such a good job.
Because we protect Miles, we accuse Von Karma, we don't do anything with Francisca, and then we accuse Godot.
Right.
And then with Clavier and Apollo, they're smooching in the back.
Mm-hmm.
They're
not even smooching in the back. They're
smooching.
smooching like in the front.
Like on the in the stand.
Yeah.
A little
A
kisseroo.
little kisseroo from...
Judge is like, you guys have got to cut this out, please.
Guys, you have to explain magic tricks to me. You can't just keep making
The
up...
judge would be like, oh, that's just like me and my wife.
Dude, just like me and my wife, dude. Just being pro-gay marriage because he looks at a gay couple and be like, oh, that's me and my wife for real, for real.
Thanks, Judge.
Thanks, Judge.
He's a simple man, but he's got the spirit.
It's...
All right.
Not only does he speak Spanish, but he's also pro-gay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Alrighty,
he speaks Spanish?
Yeah, he does. He says that in one of the cases.
The second you said he speaks Spanish, my brain immediately went to the Batman, you are El Rata? That's not...
You are El Ratalada.
Oh, but listen, the Batman movie was good because there's a segment where he rides his motorcycle around not New York City and it plays a Nirvana song in the background. It fucking rules. All right, let's keep going.
Next question.
Next question. Hello, reporters. My question is pretty simple, but could be a complex answer. If you were to magically invent a new Ace Attorney game, but it had to be a different genre or style of game, what would it be? Would you make an Ace Attorney Warriors? Perhaps Ace Attorney DDR? I think a Detective Gumshoe spinoff in the style of The Last Express or LA Noire would be pretty cool. Love to see what you come up with. Signed, Jordan. I mean, you kind of hit it out of the park already.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan. Good question.
The Last Express,
LA Noire,
was
Gumshoe.
Stole the best
Gumshoe
idea,
is, yeah, that's a really
That
good.
is a really good idea.
Fellas,
Counterpoint.
What's...
Gumshoe with Disco Elysium style.
That's
Oh my God,
right.
yeah.
Gumshoe and...
That actually...
I hope that's just Ace Attorney Investigations.
Yeah. We're gonna find out, aren't we?
All right,
Please.
so I have a question. What is The Last Express? I've never played that game.
It is a classic point-and-click game, in which I've only ever watched people play it. I've never played it myself, but it's basically point-and-click where everything is rotoscoped,
Okay.
I believe. So it's got like this like kind of hand-drawn animation style within the pre-rendered backgrounds, and you are trying to solve a mystery before the train reaches its destination. Essentially, it has a timing mechanic in it.
Came out in 1997.
So yeah, it is pretty well regarded as a classic, is my understanding.
Okay. More culture for me today.
Yeah, it's something I've always meant to play but never got around to.
All right, my serious answer is that I want like an AI the Somnium Files-esque game, but with Emma Skye as the protagonist, because I think that Emma Skye never quite had an opportunity to shine.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, her doing her own game, scientific investigation, sci-fi bullshit occurring would be pretty fun. My non-serious answer is that I want a mod that replaces the detective in Heavy Rain with Detective Gumshoe.
Don't put him through that.
Yeah, leave Gumshoe out of that.
Listen, This is me weeding out every David Cage fan from our fan base.
Yeah, sorry everybody.
Sorry, everybody. We all hate David Cage and thinks that he should be hunted for sport.
I do. Tiago and I have a very special anti-David Cage relationship. Yeah.
What's your answer, Rose, for a video game?
I'm thinking. Oh man, it's hard. My favorite type of game is like sort of like sandbox, like simulation games, and that does not really work very well for this. Like,
what about a? I'm helping you out here. What about a write anything agency management sim in which it's like a top-down view of the office, and you are managing the little attorneys going in and out, and
like
everybody else who works. You got to like figure
Phoenix
out
to do task for X amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to figure out what cases to assign them to, and to make sure that you're making enough money to keep paying everybody, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like that lends itself to like a shitty microtransaction mobile game, but like,
Oof.
There might be a way to do it in a good way.
Kind of like a Game Dev Sim, I think, is a game that did something similar like that,
Yeah.
where you're like managing your game development studio.
That or just like anything where I get to be Francesca Von Karma.
Yeah.
Jordan mentioned Ace Attorney Warriors. So yeah, that, but with playing as Francisca, she's just whipping
she's
like
just whip people.
mobs and mobs of
yeah.
like,
attorneys.
Yeah, just
Defense
it's like,
attorneys.
It's like you get mobbed by 1,000 prosecutor pains, and you just have to fucking destroy them all.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
I think she would like that.
Thank God there isn't an Ace Attorney gacha game.
Here's the thing: is that one of the limitations of these style of games is that you can't have too many outfits for characters.
Yeah.
So
that's why we can't have a young Gumshoe.
Yeah, and that's why a gacha game would probably not end up being super popular. It's because you have to make.
Ace Attorney characters have been in gacha games, but not its own gacha game.
Wait, really? What gacha game was like Phoenix Wright in?
I'm pretty sure Puzzles and Dragons had an Ace Attorney thing.
Oh my God!
That's had like
crossover.
a million things.
Yeah, that's like totally fair. Holy shit! What do you got, Des?
I guess I have a serious answer, and then I have a non-serious answer. Serious answer would be a Clue style actual physical board game.
Oh,
I think would be good.
Oh, I love board games.
Yeah, like a physical board game for like a Clue style game. And my non-serious answer is Monster Hunter, where you're a defense attorney and your only weapon is the hammer, but it's actually a giant gavel, and you have to fight humongous versions of the killers in the games.
Holy shit! Sick.
Good for you. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and the setting is still inside Japanifornia. You just get to actually see what it looks like.
Oh hell yeah! I'm down with that.
All of the
just
ramen
out in the
stands
desert.
or hamburger stands.
Dude, I wish there were hamburger stands. You know how cool it would be to go to a dude on the street and be like, "Yeah, get me a double burger." Oh my God.
Yeah, and like you would be playing like Phoenix, and your Palico would be Maya, and she runs in and like heals you or something, or like steals something.
Oh my God, that's very
and
good.
And Apollo would be Trucy. It'd be cute.
And for Miles, it would just be Gumshoe.
Yeah.
Oh my
I like it.
God.
I like it.
Ben?
I support this.
Yeah, I won't lie, both of mine are probably kind of goofy, but I was thinking of how a lot online there are some of those objection makers in which you can type in a bunch of text and have it show up as dialogue from the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make it look like the characters are saying things, whatever you typed in.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about what if you took that and turned it into something much like a Jackbox style game or What the Dub style game, in which you are trying to put dialogue into various situations within the games to make funny jokes, essentially,
Mm-hmm.
and come up with the most creative solution to and get people to vote for it and that kind of thing.
Holy shit!
You could almost do that on your own anyway, just with these websites, I guess. But it's you gotta package it up and make it nice.
That's pretty solid.
My let's see here. Oh man, I had another one and now I lost it. I totally lost it.
Rip that idea.
Dude, that idea sucked.
I literally had it on the tip of my tongue and then it's gone.
I'm so sorry, Ben. I actually came up with like 2 ideas while just thinking about it, which was obviously we could have just done a Yakuza style game with Phoenix Wright.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so fucking easy. Like, you would swap out Kiryu's model with Phoenix Wright, and the game is done. You keep everything else the same. You're just in Japanifornia now.
Yeah.
The other game I was thinking about was like a Let me do this. WarioWare-esque game where like each attorney has like their own different subsections of mini games in order to win the case.
I would play that.
And fucking Phoenix Wright focuses on like puzzle combinations or something, whereas Francisca's are very like quick timing events and you gotta do everything at the right moment or something like that.
You just
the Miles one's just the Miles one's just like a dress up like doll game, like you'd go in the Flash games on like Doll Divine.
Exactly.
And, like,
the best outfit you have
cravat.
The best outfit you have for the day is the one that lets you win the case. And like Clavieres can be like a rhythm game.
Mm-hmm.
And Godot is a first person shooter where he tries to kill Dahlia. Every case is him just trying to kill Dahlia.
Or it's a timing game where you have to catch the coffee cup before it slides off the bench.
Oh yeah, just a coffee making game where like you have to make a fresh cup of coffee every day.
Rhythm
but
Heaven, but Ace
all
Attorney.
Red.
Ooh.
And everything is red.
That'd be very good.
This is monochromatic.
Ben, did you get that second idea back?
It was the only I know. I did not get my second idea back. I just came up with the Rhythm Heaven, but Ace Attorney bit. So
right.
that's all I got now.
Okay. Well, if you think about it later, we'll circle back.
Yeah.
That was a fun question.
I like that question.
Next question. Hello, UAR. Simple question for you. What is, in your humble opinion, the best game soundtrack so far? Not your favorite song, but favorite full soundtrack. Phoenix Wright 1, Justice for All, Trials and Tribulations, or Apollo. And they also, I guess I'll break this up here. This is from Kat, and they have a second question as here. We will answer that second question in a moment. So let's tackle this first one here.
Everyone knows my answer. It's 1.
It's 1, right?
It's 1.
Yep.
Followed very closely by 4, Apollo. But 1 just sets up the feel for the entire series, and it just sticks. And then they use some of the music in other games, and it just, like, I don't know, it gives me goosebumps. It's like, this is good shit.
Yeah. Honestly, I kind of have the exact same response. It's 1 then Apollo so far for me. For like almost the exact same reasons too.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not pick 1, right? Because
It's fucking
of
good
how much
shit.
table setting it did. I would probably still lean towards 3, towards Trials and Tribulations, as my favorite collection
That's nice,
of
but that's
songs. So that's probably the one I would pick, and then yeah, man, I really like Apollo's and 1 Phoenix Wright. So they'd both be fighting for second place. Justice for All has some good songs still, but the overall collection I feel like is not quite as strong, personally speaking. Rose, did you have any strong?
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm on the one bus here. It's just so good, you guys. It's so good. I feel like at first I was kind of like meh on the Apollo soundtrack, and I grew to like it a lot more as we played along. but I don't know if it's. I'm trying to pick a second favorite, and I don't know. Maybe 1 and then 3 for me. I think the beginning and the end of the original trilogy.
The Alpha and the Omega.
Don't say that.
That's what the Bible says.
That's not what the internet says anymore, Tiago.
I don't know.
Let's get into the second question.
Yeah, keep going. Go.
And if I can ask 2 questions in one email, did any of you get spoiled on anything before playing these first 4 games? How did you originally think of Ace Attorney before you played it? Stay Frosty, signed Cat.
Dude, Cat, I will stay Frosty, thank you.
I want a Frosty. You're gonna go with Frosty later. No, I kind of want Rita's. We'll get Rita's later.
Oh, it's raining outside.
Here's the fucked up thing. They no longer serve vanilla Frosties. It's only strawberry chocolate now.
They must not have sold a lot of them.
It's temporary.
Oh,
is
thank
the vanilla
God.
coming back?
I hope so.
You heard it here first, folks. Wendy's is going to be okay.
Your hot fast food updates here. Yes, the vanilla Frosties coming back to Wendy's.
I actually like vanilla ice cream. It's my favorite.
I like
People shit on it, and they're wrong.
No, the vanilla Frosty is perfect for dipping your fries in.
We need to reel back. We need to reel back.
All right, fine.
Anyway, thank you, Kat, for bringing up Frosties. So yes, did anybody get spoiled on anything before playing these games here? I mean, okay, yeah, I was about to say.
I went to Otakon the first time when I was a young teenager, and I got into Ace Attorney because the one friend that my sister was tagging along with was cosplaying as Trucy, and that's when I started to pay attention to Ace Attorney stuff, so I was like buying Ace Attorney keychains and things like that at Otakon, and that's when I went home and bought the games, but I basically had a lot of the Apollo Justice game kind of explained to me, and how certain things worked, and who characters were, and what they did, and things like that, but it was a long time before I had played, I had started the first one when I got home, and then got to Apollo Justice before I actually played through that game. But yeah, right. It was like, okay, well, fine, whatever. That's what actually got me into the series anyway. So
you didn't get anything spoiled for the original trilogy?
No,
really?
I did not, because they didn't really talk about that. She was more just, I guess she was still in the hype of post Apollo Justice, because I don't know, her Trucy cosplay was really cute.
Yeah,
it was like perfect.
Out, right?
I was like actually really blown away.
Good chat.
Yeah. Rose, you're usually pretty good about spoilers. I will say.
I think I've covered a lot of my major ones. Like obviously the first episode, right before as we were planning it. I was talking to a friend, and they were like, "No, the ghosts are real," and I was like, "What?" And then they're like, I can't believe you didn't know that. I'm so sorry, So, like, a lot of that sort of thing happens to me, where, like, I'll be like, oh, wow, I'm doing this thing, and, like, someone will be like, oh, like X? And I'll be like, I didn't know that. Like, things that are common knowledge, I guess, I miss out on a lot. The ghost one being the biggest one. But obviously, like, I don't know, I saw a bunch of gift sets, and I was like, yeah,
early Tumblr,
cool,
gift sets,
yeah, the olden days, and I was like, nice, this seems good. Don't have a DS, and I didn't have access to video games when I was younger, so
did you like it better because of that, or no?
I don't think it really affected me much. I thought it might affect me more. But to be perfectly honest, I just sort of was trying really hard to go in knowing as little as possible. Like, anytime anyone tells me anything, like, I have to, like, wave my arms at them and stop them. Like, my sister was like, oh, I didn't like the Apollo Justice game. And I was like, don't even tell me that. I don't want to know anything.
Well, it turns out she has bad taste.
She likes the characters, but she didn't like where they took the story. And okay. I've got to be honest, that's how I feel. So
that's how most people feel, I think.
Yeah. So, but I wanted to go
unless you're a real Phoenix stan.
I wanted to go in not knowing that. And so yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there'll be some more stuff that comes up where people accidentally drop common knowledge, but my big one was the ghosts are actually real, and it's not like some sort of like that TV show where the guy pretends to be psychic to solve crimes. That is literally what I thought it was.
Like the show Psych?
Like the show Psych. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, I'm about to reveal that I'm a huge Psych fan, and that's gonna be it.
I don't know
Big
anything
spoilers
about
for
that
Psych.
show. I don't know anything about it. I just know there's a guy pretends to be psychic to solve crimes, and I thought that was what was going on with
Psych
Phoenix
spoilers?
and Maya.
Like, they explained that in the first
I'm
episode.
kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't know.
Jesus
I've never watched an episode.
Guys, you guys
I
want
just
hey, after
Oh, that show's actually
Yeah, what's-
legitimately super funny.
dude, after this podcast, a Psych podcast.
okay. All right. Okay.
We're doing that, yeah. All right.
That was my
Tiago,
big one.
Did you get hit with any spoilers in advance?
So I'm going to make a confession here. Before I played the Ace Attorney games, I tried playing it by myself. I tried playing game for not game 4, the one that's on 3DS.
Game 5 or Game 6. One of those two.
It was definitely game 5.
Okay.
I played the first case. Like, I actually went through all the way with it, and then said to myself, I'm good, and then turned it off. I think the gameplay is interesting on the series. I think the moment where I actually got spoiled on something is this is my actual confession, is that I used to watch some YouTubers, and there are some very prominent YouTubers who played this game series, and I thought to myself, well, I don't really want to watch these two play a visual novel, but I'll watch the highlight reel. So I saw the highlight reel. Basically, the spoiler that I saw is that I knew that Miles was down bad for Phoenix.
Well, I didn't even consider that a spoiler. I saw some shit on Tumblr.
Exactly. And then after that, it would be like whatever I absorbed through social media osmosis. Like, I knew about the Black Cyclops. I knew about
The clown girl.
I was trying to dance around it. I knew about the clown girl.
All the internet knows about the clown girl now.
The funny part is that I only got truly spoiled on the clown girl during that like resurgence recently, where like fucking everyone was tweeting about the clown girl, including her breakdown, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, shit, god damn it, I'm gonna podcast."
Wait, she's a killer? Damn.
No, they just have a breakdown.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know how like witnesses who like get caught off guard when you like
Who get caught when they're lying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers, not.
Yeah, don't worry. That was not an additional spoiler.
That was not an
Don't worry.
additional spoiler. So, you know, I think about her sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Well, let's get to our last question then.
Moving along fast, I see.
Yep. Well, here's the thing. You might be able to answer the same way. Hiya. My question is kind of a cliche, but what's your deserted island NPC? You know, if you can only pick one NPC to be stuck with them, and then who would it be and why? For this question, assume that you'll be rescued in a few weeks, but until then, you're stuck with each other and have to rough it and survive. And this is from Anonymous. If you send in an email with just your email and you don't sign it, I'm just going to attribute it to Anonymous because I don't want to refer to your email, you know, on the podcast. So just sign your emails however you want them, you want to be referred to. You know what I mean?
I appreciate you not
anyway.
doxing this fan.
Yeah, well,
Thank you,
know,
Anonymous, anyways.
Yeah, sometimes with emails, you know, dead names and that kind of stuff. I don't know, right? You know, and or doxing, that kind of thing. Yeah, whatever. It's not a big deal, but I just figured I'd mention it for folks.
It's a safety thing.
You know, yeah, just write your name at the bottom if you want us to attribute it to a specific name. Otherwise, it'll be anonymous. So yeah, deserted island NPC. Who are you gonna rough it out with for a couple weeks?
I know my answer.
I know mine too.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
Are we going? Who shoots first?
I was gonna say we should do it on 3. But that might be bad pot. I don't know. Yeah, let's just do it on 3. Fuck it.
All right.
Are we all doing it? Are we all answering at the same time?
I was gonna say me and Rose, but
Do we all
See
have
if
the
we
same answer though?
person.
I think I know my answer.
don't know.
I think my answer is pretty obvious.
Let's try it. Let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1.
Gumshoe.
Francisco
Emma
Von
Sky.
Karma.
I'm still thinking about it.
Well, I'm glad to see that we all chose radically different things.
Wait, yeah, I actually do want to know what everyone chose. That
So
was a funny bit.
I
but-
picked Emma Sky because she's gonna be able to make
Science
shit.
her way
She's
out
gonna be
of-
able to
science her way into living.
Yeah, exactly. She's gonna be able to help us.
She'll bring enough snackaroos for you.
Exactly.
And her.
Yeah, and then she'd be able to help us out by be able to do all this stuff, make medicines out of various things on the island and start fires and for warmth and all that stuff. She'd be able to science her way out of everything.
Yeah, she's probably the safest pick.
What was yours, Tiago?
I chose Gumshoe because with how poor he is, he's already a survivalist and therefore will make it through this island adventure.
Goddamn
All
right.
He's already a survivalist. He probably knows which plants are edible. Rose, you chose Francisco von Karma.
Yeah, because I actually was a Girl Scout for many years, and I know how to start a fire, and I know how to do some shit, and I need her to kill wild animals for me. That's what I want.
Oh, I thought this was so that you could hopefully make a real good impression on her by showing her how good you are at
That may
survival
also be a
stuff.
factor.
That's really fucking funny. The fact that you're
I thought you were gonna say you just needed a hot lady to keep you going.
That's also a factor.
I love the idea that
She's armed and dangerous. She's obviously very strong.
Rose.
I think we'll be just fine together.
The situation occurring where Rose is a survivalist and the NPC is just along for the ride. So,
I need her help with things.
like killing bears.
Yeah, carrying heavy objects.
Oh my fucking
Bears on a desert island.
Yeah, on a desert island. All those wild bears that are gonna be attacking
wait,
A
us.
bunch of fucking grizzlies loaded up on an island.
They could be polar bears. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't think about how deserted is this island. Is there wildlife? Is there no wildlife? Yada yada.
Well, we're gonna be rescued in a few weeks too, which
Does,
is another
does
reason.
Edric count as an NPC since he's playable at some point?
I would not take him to an island for sure.
Yeah.
But-
He would be the one who'd
Good
be like,
point.
if you were stranded on a desert island, what would you bring? He'd be like, my private jet.
My chess set so we can play chess so I'm not bored.
My
Okay, buddy.
Dessy, somebody you would be able to bring would be Apollo, because he'd just be able to scream so loud that you'd get rescued faster.
Oh, thank God.
his lungs, dude.
He'd just be like, help! And then everybody, they'd hear him from across the ocean.
And then he'd see the pilot using his psycho eye attack.
Yeah, he and Trucy, either one of them would be really good at spotting.
Trucy would magic
things.
us out of the island somehow.
Yeah,
Mr. Hat.
She's like,
She's got
Mr.
a
Hat's
lot
on
of
the way.
stuff.
Yeah.
If there's any NPC I would absolutely not want on a deserted island, it's Stickler.
Yeah.
Forgot about him.
There's a lot of characters that you don't want to be
All right,
stuck with.
You're-
I think there's more characters we would want to avoid than choose than
All
we
right.
Yeah,
want to
any of them that murdered anyone.
all right, no.
Yeah, I feel like
all right.
Miles would die instantly.
Miles would die.
The judge, it would be rough. We'd have to look after him a lot.
I'd have to.
That would be like
He
watching a
would just
baby.
wander off and start eating random stuff.
Yeah, my objective, we have in canon, she'll die if she doesn't eat food for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Pearl would keep me alive.
Pearl, good choice.
Pearl would survive.
She could run across the water like one of those lizards.
Pearl would definitely also be a solid choice.
What the fuck? Oh my god. All right.
Yeah.
All right. If there was a non-killer character that you wouldn't want on the island, who would it be? Who would annoy the shit out of you?
Mo.
Yeah. All right. That's fair.
Well, yeah, that's the obvious answer.
It's obvious
What do
for
you
a
want from
reason.
me?
Yeah.
He's a nightmare.
Anybody from that fucking circus.
Literally anybody. Okay, Rose.
There's so many characters. There's so many characters I hate in this game.
I think Stickler is someone that I would not want to see on a deserted
Yeah,
island.
any of the creepy guys.
There's
There's a lot of them.
a lot of them.
Some of them are in the circus.
I think specifically the you know what? I should have said the fucking butler from the hotel. I should have asked for him on the island. He'd have milk and cookies while we were waiting for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's one that's like right on the middle for me, and the like perfectly balanced on either side, and that's Godot, right?
Yeah.
Because he's not gonna murder me. I know he murdered, but but he's not just out there killing people. You know what I mean? So there's that. Then he would he's pretty strong. Obviously, he'd probably be fairly useful around like building, shelter and that sort of thing, and scavenging for stuff on the island.
Better be a private
But
island
then-
with a fucking coffee machine.
But then also he wouldn't be able to find you any berries, or any tomatoes. They're just gone. They might as well be invisible to him. And also he's gonna be saying,
Like, oh no, all the
wackest
plants on this
shit.
island. Don't worry, all the plants on the island that are poisonous are red.
He wouldn't let me do anything because he's the man and he has to protect me.
And he's just gonna say the
Ugh.
wackest shit the whole time. The whole time he's
So
gonna be
annoying.
like, "This island, it's deserted the way my heart is." It's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Like the Western music playing in the background. You're like, where's that fucking coming from?
Is there like a fucking redraw of the scene from True Detective where it's Phoenix Wright going, "I'm gonna need you not to say strange shit for one day," and then Godot just says, "All right." He's like, "All right, did you sleep well?" I was like, "I don't sleep, I only dream," or something.
Yeah.
You just see Phoenix Wright.
I only dream in red.
You just like,
Yep. Somebody's got to get on that. If that doesn't exist already.
Godot. First of all, like, he would die on the first day because doesn't he need like regular transfusions?
Yeah, he does. He does get some kind of medical attention. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
To keep him going.
So do some of us here.
Yes.
oh my
that's
god, you know what? I actually want to amend the video game choice. I want a Ace Attorney Battle Royale, where it's we drop 100 witnesses and attorneys and prosecutors on an island, and then last man standing wins.
It's not completely impossible, right? We've got Capcom characters in Fortnite already.
Oh my god, yeah.
Ryu and Chun-Li are in Fortnite, so it could happen.
Phoenix is in a fighting game, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Phoenix was in Marvel vs. Capcom, so we could get Phoenix right in
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Dude, hell yeah,
It's
bro.
not impossible. It's a non-zero chance. I do think it's unlikely, but it's non-zero.
Yeah, they wouldn't let Phoenix Wright hold a gun. They let Maya hold a gun.
There's a mod for that for
There's
Marvel
a
vs.
literal-
Capcom. It's so good.
There's literally Miles Edgeworth is shown in game holding a gun.
There we go.
Yeah, that too.
All
right.
Yeah.
Did you have any last thoughts then?
No.
Okay.
No,
I don't
go ahead,
think-
All right. I think we hit those questions pretty good then, and we're coming up on we've got about an hour here.
Bangers. Oh, thank you,
So-
everybody.
Yeah, thank you for the questions. Feel free to keep sending questions in, and we will fill up the question wagon here, so to speak. And when the wagon is full to the brim and bursting, then we will try to do another question and answer session. So, yeah, feel free to keep sending those in, and then we will do another one eventually here. Until next time, then. You can follow the show on Twitter at Ace Attorney Pod to stay up to date on the latest episodes, as well as the streams and YouTube uploads of Dessy and I playing through the game. You can follow me on Twitter at Yotseben, and on co-host also under at Yotseben. Dessy, where can people find you?
Yes, this is Des on Twitter.
All right, and Tiago?
At Tiago S. Dutra on Twitter.
And Rose?
You can find me at Traumarts on Twitter, where you can please buy my art. You can also find me at Rose Nonsense and various other places where there are @ signs.
Thank you so much for listening, and we hope that you'll rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform. Next episode, we will, for real this time, be playing the first case of Ace Attorney Investigations. So, we'll jump into that next time, and we'll see you then. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Happy late Labor Day if you live in America.
Thank you for your questions.
Bye, everybody.
Unionize.
You know that
Yeah.
this is gonna come out 2 weeks after Labor Day.
That's why I
right?
said happy belated Labor Day to Americans.
We're dating ourselves. Okay, we're dating the podcast.